How you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're taking a look at Marvel Comics Astonishing Tales number 20, 20 cents. This is Kazar, Lord of the Hidden Jungle. This cover is by John Romita Sr. and Mori Kuromoto, who I don't know anything about Mori Kuromoto. This is like the first time I've ever seen his name in a credit. Okay, I picked out this comic because this comic is a convoluted mess, and so is Marvel Comics at the time. So just we'll talk about it together as we look through it together. So first, let's check out the date. This is October 1973. Okay, this is written by Mike Friedrich, who did a lot of Marvel writing at the time. See, he's a Marvel workhorse. Marie Severin, a wonderful artist, and Werner Roth, whom I got to admit I don't know that much about. Frank Giacola inks, Marie Severinson colors, Jay Breverman letterman, and Roy Thomas the editor. So this is the Roy Thomas years. He took over Stan Lee's job. Stan Lee went out to Hollywood, and Roy Thomas took over as editor in chief. And I don't think he had too heavy of a hand. So everything was like, this was like up until, well, nowadays, but this was like every little comic was its own little kingdom, and like continuity was a mess, and you know, it was just crazy. So what, like, just look at this. This is one of the things the Jungle Lord thought as his foe had been defeated. Thought, just a lot of mistakes. But you got to admit that I love the art. But this is like the third art team on this particular story, and they had 3 issues prior to this. They had a fill-in issue. So this just been, I don't know who's slow. It must be the artist, because the art team changes like every 2 issues. And then last issue, the last 4 pages was drawn by Jim Starlin. So something was going on behind the scenes that was making it difficult, and you'll see. So the crazy story is Bobby Morse, or a bunch of people went to the Savage Land, a bunch of scientists to recover ingredients needed for Super Soldier. They needed vibranium and whatever, and then that got Kazar involved because he's Lord of the Savage Land. So, and then Bobby Morse was Agent 19 from Shield Agent. That name should be familiar. I'll get back to her. And Kazar went with her back to New York to finish this adventure that he started, and stopping the Super Soldier. So AIM is making a Super Soldier Serum. I forget the other guy's name. This guy Victorious is making a Super Soldier Serum, and Shield is all, and they're all. It's like an arms race. Who's going to copy it first? And this guy copied it first. His name is Victorious, and he drank it. Now he's dressed as like a gladiator, and he studied all these different martial arts before he even took the Super Soldier Serum, and now he's like a master of all these different mixed martial arts and a super soldier. So he's just toying with Kazar. He's having a lot of fun just fighting him. He's like one of these megalomaniac guys. But look at this design. It's just terrible. And here's Kazar. He's always like, he has this like I am the mightiest shtick, and he's wearing jeans, and he rips his shoes off every chance he can get, and he's just beating the crap out of everybody. And I love this. He's just about to stab him, and he uses this like martial arts arm leg lock and throws him down. Live and work in man country. We'll train you in your spare time for an exciting outdoor career. So here he just gets thrown down, knocked his head, and he gets knocked out, or stunned rather. And then he takes it and he jumps up at the last minute, smashing everything. And I love this. He grabs him by the hair. He says, "I'm going to grab you by your hair." And it just starts pounding him by his hair. And it becomes like a pretty vicious fight, because Kazar's pretty arrogant. He doesn't think anybody could possibly defeat him. And this guy's like, I was a mixed martial artist before I ever took the Super Soldier Serum. Nobody could beat me. So it's resorting to hair pulling, and then Kazar just grabs his helmet. It's just struggling for his life, and pushes his helmet, tries to snap his neck. And I love this. This is what made me want to talk about the comic. So are you surprised that I'm a 50-year-old man? Oh, God. Oh, no, not a 50-year-old man. They're practically dead. They can't do anything. 50-year-old men, forget about it. He goes, how does it feel, barbarian, to be mastered by a man twice your age? Look at that 50-year-old man. Might as well. I guess 1973, 50, and I like to think that 50 isn't that bad these days. And then he jumps up. I love the fight choreography. He jumps up and he just grabs him and kicks him into the wall. Brash. And now he's going to smash him with a mace. And he throws it at him. And it's just like an all-out struggle. He's just throwing knives at him, and he misses, and the shield knocks him. So he has to resort to trickery. Look at this costume. The super soldier reigns supreme. And now, of course, he talks about his story. I've discovered these old Nazi papers. We could redo the super soldier serum. He's like, blow it out your ear. That ended with Steve Rogers. So in his spare time, of course, because in his spare time you got time. And look, he's doing science. He's got time to recreate the super soldier serum. And while he's doing, I do like this though. He's anticipating becoming a super soldier. And look, he's got some nice brown hair. So he's training. And I love this. Resist as I could age, bespoke my body down. Surely as winter cools the summer's heat, my hair thinned and then left, my muscles turned to flab, my endurance grew shorter and shorter. 50 years old, I mean, he might as well just kill himself. I mean, look at that. You're just 50 years old, but, show the passage of time. And then he gets the super soldier serum. And, of course, the moment he's done, it starts fizzing, because all serums got to fizz. Somebody blows up his lab, so he drinks it. He didn't even get a chance to test it. And it's just excruciating pain. I like that, too. That growing all of this muscle and mass would freaking hurt. So and the pain kind of drove him nuts. So what does he do? He's just reveling in his newfound strength and just beating the crap out of people. He's going to like underground fight clubs and just bashing people. And now he's going to be the king. So he's trying to take over AIM. But Gemini was trying to take over AIM. Gemini was a cop, and his brother was a criminal. And they were fighting someplace. And this nuclear reactor thing went off. And now, whatever. One goes into a trance. The criminal goes into a trance and possesses the body of his brother. But while he's there, he's got the strength of two men. Woo! He's twice as strong as a man, twice as fast, twice as intelligent, twice the endurance, stuff like that. And then this is Lord Plunder. This is Khazar's brother. And since Khazar renounced all of his inheritance, it didn't go to him. It just he gave it away to some charity. So now he's just like, I got to go get my inheritance. So he puts on a mask and he robs places. But he uses his name, Lord Plunder. Why put on a mask and then tell everybody your name? So he's going to go. He can't kill Khazar here. He's got to take him up the stairs to the killing room. It's very important. Okay? So he takes him to the killing room, and now he's got an axe. Because if he had killed him where he was, that would have been wrong. So now he's got the axe, but don't kill it. Keep talking. Now this is Bobby Morse. Her job has been to investigate who's trying to beat S.H.I.E.L.D. into making a super soldier form. And she tracked the people down to the Savage Land, got Khazar involved, and now this is upstate New York now. So it's been going all over the world. And they found the super soldier serum. They got it made. And she gives it to Khazar. It's like, you can't win against the guy who has the super soldier serum. So here's the super soldier, drink it and go fight him. So Khazar took it and was carrying around with it. And then when nobody was looking, he literally threw it over his shoulder. He's like, I don't need a super soldier serum because I am people rely on technology. So she's outside looking for it in the ground, because he's like, oh my God, I can't believe he just tossed it. If somebody else finds it, they're going to replicate it. Then we're going to have a whole army of super. So here she is, just like Khazar said, he chucked it. And then of course the AIM agents who monitor it, they find it. So here she goes, she runs out. These guys, Victorious is going to want to see this, and she just karate chops him. And why is the name Bobby Morse familiar? That's Mockingbird. Okay, she's in the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. She was an Avenger, but she started out, basically as a love interest for Khazar. I think she debuted in Daredevil, when Daredevil met Khazar. And I don't know if she's, well, she does have feelings because you can see her thoughts. So here she is. She's beating up the agents, and she takes the Super Soldier Serum. And here comes Zabu. Zabu walked all the way from Manhattan to upstate New York. Don't explain it. Don't need to. It's a prehistoric cat. That's what he does. Nobody stopped him. Nothing. They could have just said S.H.I.E.L.D. dropped him off, but they didn't. So I'm going to assume, for the sake of sanity, that a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicopter dropped him off. So here she is, and this makes me laugh. So she's talking. This is just so funny. You can't. This is so 1973. So she's Bobby Morris. This is before she's Mockingbird. She calls headquarters to let them know that she's got the Super Soldier Serum. So here's Nick Fury smoking away, wearing a suit and tie, and this is the Dr. Calvin. She's the one who perfected the new Super Soldier Serum. He goes, okay, you can get off your edge of your chair. The serum's safe. He goes, what about no sweat? I'll handle it. So give me that. So Fury here, Morris. You said you let. I don't have to tell you. Nobody's safe inside an AIM rat hole. Now listen. Tuck that vial away in some safe unmentionable. Leave your transmitter on and get your tail in here and get your tail in there and bring them out. Got that? Received, Colonel, and don't worry. I've gotten attached to that nature loving lug. Have a pickup plane ready in 20 minutes. I'm going to read that again. Now listen. Tuck that vial away in some safe unmentionable. Leave your transmitter on. What did he tell her to do? I don't know. But that's Nick Fury for you. You know? Now, here comes the kitty cat. She goes, and she basically says, sick them on these AIM agents. And here comes Zabu, and I like this. Decency demands we refrain from depicting this scene. Needless to mention, it's nigh impossible to teach a tiger about being humane. So Zabu just rips them apart. She goes, that exactly wasn't the most clean way, Zabu, but then again, I'm sure each of these guys is a killer 100 times. So Zabu just murdered these guys. Just ripped them apart. And I don't know, it's against the superhero code, but at the same time, it's like, what do you think a saber-tooth tiger is going to do? At least they didn't do some like, he stunned them. They were brave enough to say Zabu is a saber-tooth tiger, he's ripping them apart, but they softened the blow by this. Whatever, and I guess they didn't want the Comics Code Authority on them. So he's like, what's going on? I've been standing here checking out this guy with an axe in my hand. He could have killed him, but what. So here comes Zabu running up this. And here's another thing. Some artists draw Zabu with a short, stubby tail. Some of them draw him with a long tail. It's one of those things that we it's just one of those comic book things. He's always different. And here he is. He recognizes the same scent. So he just smacks him. Still, that would rip your face off. So Zabu doesn't kill Kazar's brother, and then she's just, she can't keep up with the saber-tooth tiger, even though she's Mockingbird. And here comes by Gemini. He's like, whoa, I'm getting out of here. So whatever, Zabu has no time for him, and Gemini's like, I'm getting out of here. I know when this ship is sunk, and I'm deserting the ship. Oh, look, another picture of me. They put a lot of pictures of me in these old comics. Yep, 50 years old and looking like that, man. Yep. So here he's still, what's going on? I got an axe. Not going to kill him yet. Going to pontificate and grab this lance, and he's going to use the lance to not stab Zabu because it's charging at him. You wouldn't want to use his momentum, jab that thing in, and let the tiger's weight and momentum kill it. No, you spray it with gas. Thus, because that's what lances are for. And finally, Zabu passes out, and when he passes out, he wakes up. And he's all groggy, and she's like, here's some Super Soldier Serum, and then throws it. And then she gets gassed. Don't play your cards close to the vest. And he's just like, Super Soldier Serum. Should I drink it? No, I'm not going to be dependent on some unnatural chemical. He goes, I like my own talent. So he throws it into the fire, and then they just go back into fighting. He kicks at, just a punch. He goes, I'm tired, my arms hurt. He goes, but it's all natural, it's all me, which I kind of like. So here he is, just crushing him, just beating him down, and look at his face. He's enjoying this. He jumps, he misses, and then he stands up and tosses him out the window. Look, that's the face that you make. I used to joke that a good name for a metal band would be The Realization of the Moment of Death. Like you see that in movies. Me and my friend, we went to a second run movie theater. We saw the Star Trek Generations with the Next Generation and the Kirk, the original team. And Kirk did something, and the bad guy, Malcolm McDowell, he's tinkering about on a platform, and he realizes the platform is not going to move and the missiles will launch, zero in on him. And he just looks at the camera with a sad face. And we were frying our mushrooms, and I just yell out, "Realization of the moment of death!" And that just became a thing. And that is a drawing of the realization of the moment of death as he plunges into the moat. Now, if he was a better villain, he would survive. But I don't know if Victorious ever showed up again. And of course, he's waking up Bobby Morse, carrying her out. She's like, "I could walk, but I'm not gonna let this hunk carry me." And she's petting Zabu on the way out. Gemini, he's like, "I'm getting out of here." He's getting this suitcase that just happens to be on the side of the road, changes back, and then hitchhikes back to New York. Once he gets into New York, he releases his spirit because his body is in prison. He goes, "You ain't moved for days. You're one weird guy." His name is something Link, Timmy Link. And his brother, who's a cop, is like, where have I been for 3 days? "Oh, no, I'm running out of excuses." So that's a story in itself. And he's like, "Hey, okay, he threw away the Super Soldier Serum. You got to make another one." She's like, "I'm not making another one." She goes, "I'm old. I'm going to go retire. And plus, I don't think it's a good idea." He goes, "I'm ordering you." He goes, "Nicholas, child, what are you going to do? Have me shot? Please have your tantrum elsewhere." So now they're all dressed up. There's Bobby looking all sexy. There's Nick smoking a cigar. And a nice goodbye kiss. And they're dropping him off at the Savage Land. And it says, next issue, the Savage Land. But next issue, and they don't mention it. They don't say anything in here. Here's the letters pages. Mark Zeppinot, Henry Phillips. And here, they're actually criticizing the stories. They're saying, quality's been slipping. The art team's been changing. Okay. We want them back to the Savage Land. We have enough superheroes in the city. For 6 issues, Kazar's been running around in Manhattan. We want him in the jungle. And then issue 21 was the Astonishing Tales. And Kazar was done. So there was some sort of problem behind the scene that I don't know the story. But they went from, I think, issue 12 to 20 of Kazar. One issue was a reprint, and the art team changed. So this was a troubled story, kind of a convoluted mess. But I enjoyed it. And this happened a lot at this period of Marvel history. They were all, this is going to sound mean, but I don't mean it mean. They were all like pot-smoking hippies, and they dreamed big, and I think a lot of them bit off more than they could chew. They had trouble with deadlines. And Roy Thomas, I think Roy Thomas is a genius. He's one of the great unsung heroes in comic book world. Just an amazing individual, but I don't know the man. This is my guess. I don't think he had that strength of personality to pull everybody and make the company a cohesive whole. That's like what Jim Shooter did. And Jim Shooter, maybe he was a little too much of a tyrant, but he got everybody fired all facility. Great stories, continuity was great, as much as possible. Things were spoken. It was a well-oiled machine. This was more like, yeah, I'm going to do this, you do that, that's great. And sales kind of dipped. They didn't have a focus. There was like, okay, we're going to do literature stories, we're going to do monster stories. Well, there was no focus in Marvel. And I think they needed Jim. Jim Shooter was the man at the time. He focused Marvel, made him all the Marvel movies now are from the Jim Shooter era, And then I think once he got it humming along, I think people got annoyed with him and he got the boot. But come on, man, Jim Shooter's still alive. Marvel, hire Jim Shooter again. Get the train back on its tracks. It's a train wreck right now. Sales are bad. So, and I digress. And this is 19 minutes long, and I try to keep them quiet. So anyway, focus. This comic, I guess I'm rambling because Marvel was rambling because this story was rambling. So see, I tied it all together. But this is Astonishing Tales. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's really difficult for me to not like a comic from this period. It's just fond memories of my childhood. And I'm amazed at what good condition. This is like the only these lines over here like the only thing that keep it from being like very fine. Okay, thanks a lot. See you around, and I appreciate that you took time out of your busy day to watch my videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.